Hello, welcome to the new section on finding areas with trigonometry. We're going to look at the basic areas of different two-dimensional shapes, but we'll have to use trigonometry in order to find some of the values. For instance, our first slide is a parallelogram, and we want to find the area, but we're only given our side lengths and one angle, being 55. Now we know to find the area of a parallelogram, we take base times height, and the height has to be perpendicular. So let's just draw in a perpendicular height, and we know that since it's perpendicular, it's going to meet at a right angle. So we'll put a little right angle on there. Now if I want to find this height, let's just call it h. If we just concentrate on this right angle, this is the opposite of 55, and 7 would be the hypotenuse. So we could set up the ratio that the sine of 55 degrees is going to be the opposite, which is our h or height, over our hypotenuse, which is 7. Now I just have to multiply 7 on both sides. So 7 times the sine of 55 is equal to my height. So my height is 7 times the sine of 55. So now if I want to find the area of this triangle, I have to do 7 times the sine of 55 degrees. That's going to be 5.734. So this is equal to 5.734. So now I just have to multiply that answer times 20 to find the area of the whole object, because area equals base, which is 20, times our height, which is 5.734. So that will be 114.68. Now let's think about units. This is in meters, so area would be wondering how many square meters are in that object. All right, let's look at this triangle. Let's find the area of this triangle. We're going to do something similar where we can drop this height down. And so this height we can just call h. Now if this is the opposite and this is the hypotenuse, we can say the sine of 68 will be h over 18. Multiply 18 on both sides. 18 sine of 68 will be my height. So now I just take base, which is 10, times my height divided by 2. So my area will be 1/2 base, which is 10, times my height, which is 18, times the sine of 68. Now, when I multiply this all out, I'll have 0.5 times 10 times 18 times the sine of 68 degrees. And my calculator gives me 83.4465. And now the units would be in centimeters squared. All right. So now we're done with this problem. And let's see if we could find any shortcuts. If we look at this formula, how could I get that even if I didn't have the height and I had these objects, a side, an angle, and this other side? So a side angle side situation. Oops. It would be 1/2 times 10 times 18 times the sine of that angle in between. So that's exactly what we did here. And if we did other triangles, it would be the same exact situation. So we could just use this as a formula. The formula for the triangle is area equals 1/2 AB sine of C. Now this A stands for area, which might be confusing when we have our triangle with A, B, and C. So little c is across from big C, little b is across from big B, and little a is across from big A. But this big A over here actually stands for area. So the area equals this formula. All right, one more. Let's find the area of this rhombus. Now there are many ways that we can find the area of this rhombus. If we want to stay consistent, we can do the same thing that we've done on the previous ones and draw our height down. Now a rhombus, every single side's the same. So if that's 10, that's 10, that's 10, and that's 10. So now if we want to find this height, we can say the sine of 25 is going to be h over 10. Multiply 10 on both sides to find our height. And that will give us 10 times the sine of 25, 4.226. Now the area will equal, in a rhombus, because this is a parallelogram, base times height. So 10 times 4.226. Hopefully we can do this without our calculator. That's 42.26. I must have made a mistake there. Now the units will be centimeters squared. All right, hopefully that'll help you get through your homework. Good luck.